So there's a crazy scandal currently happening in Las Vegas, and now some guy has filed a massive lawsuit against one of the hotels on the Strip because as he was staying overnight at the Venetian, one of the most devastating things that could ever happen to a man happened to him. He woke up, or he was awoken in the middle of the night with a sharp pain in his balls. The pain was so bad that it rocked him out of his sleep and made him jump out of his bed. Not knowing what was going on, he ran to the bathroom and threw off his underwear, and to his surprise, there was a scorpion in his underpants. Now, the guy was half asleep, still groggy. The pain in his balls were throbbing. And slowly the realization set in, oh my God, I just got stung in the balls by a scorpion. So now the dude starts panicking. He doesn't really know what to do. Is this something that you go to the hospital for? Can he sleep it off? He doesn't know, but the pain is overwhelming. So quickly he tries to figure out, hey, how can I, go about telling people what happened to me? This is embarrassing. So he talks to the hotel staff. They kind of laugh at him. He goes to the hospital. He immediately goes to the emergency room. And the doctors and the nurses in the emergency room are laughing at him because they've never seen someone get stung in the balls by a scorpion. Yet that's what this guy was claiming happened to him. Some of them were thinking, oh man, this guy's got other problems. And it was a complete embarrassing nightmare for this guy. Because, hey, it's bad enough that you got stung in the balls by a scorpion while staying the night at a hotel trying to gamble and have fun. But now you got to add insult to injury because everyone you tell about what happened to you, even the doctors and nurses who are supposed to be caring for you, they're laughing in your face. So all I can say is there are few things in this world that scare me more than something like this. The last thing I want to have happen to me is to be stung in the balls by a scorpion. I know how it feels to get hit in the balls, kicked in the balls. Trust me, ladies, it's a feeling that you'll never experience, and just be glad that you never will. Just like, us fellas are glad that we'll never have to experience childbirth. But getting stung in the balls by a scorpion, and not only is that horrific, what comes after is horrific. Like, hey, do I have to go to the hospitals and get shots in my balls? Like, what's really going to come of this? But let's go ahead and check out this news clip from when this happened, and then I'll give you more thoughts and an update on what's going on now.
A man staying at a strip hotel over the holidays woke up in excruciating pain, and when he went to investigate, says he found something that has him now considering a lawsuit. In a story you'll only see on 8 News Now reporter Joshua Peguera joins us live outside the Venetian with those stinging details. Joshua.
Kirsten, a man staying at the Venetian Christmas week says he was awoken by something, but sometime during the night, he woke up to pain that he found when he was stung by a scorpion in his testicles.
I just felt like somebody stabbing me in my private area. It felt like a sharp glass or a knife.
Michael Farchi says he continued to investigate the source of that pain, and that's when he found something.
I went to the restroom and I saw a scorpion hanging on my underwear.
These are photos from that day, December 26th, that Farchi and his attorney shared with me. You can see the scorpion.
Any idea on how this scorpion got in? They never told you how he got in the room?
They don't know. They don't know. I didn't even ask how it got in the room. Nobody told me about any option. It just was under my cover.
This is the medical incident report Farchi filed with the Venetian. It shows the suite number and what he wrote to hotel staff. Quote, bitten by scorpion on my groin testicles.
Everybody wasn't shocked. I mean, nobody believed. Even I couldn't believe it.
Farchi also received an incident number from the hotel.
When you check into a hotel, you expect to be safe.
Brian Virag is representing Farchi and says this has been a traumatic experience for his client.
I'm certain that the Venetian, like every major hotel, has policies and procedures in place to try to avoid something like this. However, it's one thing to have policies and procedures in place. It's another thing to make sure they're followed.
The Venetian sent me a statement in the last half hour that says, quote, the resort has protocols for all incidents and we can confirm they were followed in this incident. Reporting live near the Venetian, Joshua Peguero, 8 News Now. Back to you in the studio.
And the attorney Joshua interviewed says people should always inspect their hotel rooms and surrounding areas. We do live in the desert once they check in.
And you see what I mean, folks? Even the news reporters are like making jokes, cracking jokes, and laughing about it. As the guy is trying to sit there and explain to you, one of the most horrific things that ever happened to him in his life, he's trying to tell you about it. His own lawyer is sitting next to him giggling. And I get it. It's funny. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I didn't laugh about this either. And I know some of you are probably giggling a little bit at home. But the situation got worse. Because now he is having problems at home with his wife because, from what he says, this scorpion sting has caused him to have problems in bed. He can no longer get it up. His wife has gone on document legally, just came out and was like, hey, because of you, Venetian, because of the scorpion at your hotel, me and my husband can no longer, have the relationship that we once had because our sex life has been ruined. So now, not only was it bad enough he got stung in the balls, and then he got laughed at about it by the hotel staff, the doctors laughed at him, the nurses laughed at him, his lawyer laughed at him, the news reporters are laughing at him. Now his wife is angry because he can't get it up. So now he has filed a massive lawsuit against the Venetian because of this. Let's check out the update.
It was the sting that was felt around the world. Now a lawsuit against the Venetian Resort Hotel after a guest says he was stung by a scorpion there.
8 News Now reporter Joshua Peguero first reported on this situation back in March. He spoke with a guest and his attorney.
Michael Farchi says he stayed at the Palazzo over the Christmas holiday. According to these court documents, he's alleging he was stung by a poisonous scorpion on his testicles, and it's impacted his sex life.
In many respects, my family, my work, everything.
I can also indicate, as you saw in the complaint, we're also making a claim for loss of consortium for Mr. Farchi's wife.
Meaning that his wife is making legal claims that their sex life hasn't been the same since the sting.
When you have a scorpion in a guest room, in a guest's bed, it really doesn't matter so much how it got there. The fact that it was there.
This is the medical incident report Farchi filed with Venetian Resorts on December 26. It shows his suite number and what he wrote to hotel staff that night. Bitten by scorpion on my groin, testicles. According to court documents, Farchi went to Summerlin Hospital and was diagnosed with poisoning, scorpion sting. Farchi says hotel staff at the Palazzo did not take him seriously.
They just was holding their groin area and laughing about it. Yeah, it was really embarrassing.
Farchi shared with me photos of the scorpion hanging on his underwear. He says he felt a sharp pain in the middle of the night. He also claims in his lawsuit that the Venetian had prior knowledge of a, quote, infestation of poisonous, deadly scorpions.
From our understanding is that there was some ongoing construction at the time that this incident happened, just before the incident happened and at the time the incident happened.
Farchi is also claiming that he was treated at UCLA Medical Center and doctors there determined he has erectile dysfunction. Reporting at Venetian Resorts, Joshua Peguero, 8 News Now.
Now, we did reach out to the Venetian for comment yesterday. We are still waiting to hear back.
I'm sorry. I just can't help but think all right, let's say this guy and his wife breaks up. How does he explain this to another woman? Like, sorry, it's not you, honey. It's just that I got stung in the balls by a scorpion in Las Vegas. It's like, damn, that's one of those stories that you tell your grandkids about, right? But I'm hoping this guy wins the lawsuit, okay? Because, like I said, that's one of the worst things that can happen to a guy. Something happening to your private areas, you know what I mean? And it's one of the last things you expect. This guy's drinking, gambling, having a good time in Vegas, probably hoping to wake up and hit a buffet and hit the blackjack table. But instead, he's on a table at the emergency room, surrounded by doctors and nurses who are laughing at his balls because they have a scorpion sting on them. And now he can't even, oh man. Just thinking about it, fellas, you know what I'm talking about. Just thinking about it, it kind of makes your balls hurt, right? So I don't even want to talk about this anymore. But I did think this was an interesting, fun little story. There's plenty of crazy, wicked stuff going on in the world that we talk about on a daily basis. Every now and then I like to bring you a story like this one. And I want to hear from you all, not only the jokes I'm sure you're going to crack down in the comments below, but how much do you think this guy is owed? And do you agree that they need to pay this guy some money? I don't even think they should make this guy sit through court, have to sit there and explain, to the courts and the judge about what happened to his balls. Just give this guy a little payout and send him on his way, please. For the love of God. I mean, just come on. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just gotta let people have it. And in this case, it's like, yeah, there's no excuse for you having scorpions in your hotel room. And now this guy's love life is ruined because of you. And his life may never be the same. Give him some freaking money. You got plenty of money to pay out all of these people who are gambling. You got all of these people with gambling addictions that are just spending tons of money at your casinos. Give this guy some money so he can go about his day. I don't think that he should have to battle in court because of what happened to his balls. Has he not been embarrassed enough? You know what I mean? But I'm hoping that we hear more about this. They need to make a movie about this or something, because this is just one of those stories that you'll probably never see again. At least hopefully. But I know one thing. I will be checking my hotel sheets, and I usually do, but I'm going to be double checking my hotel rooms from now on, because I don't want this to happen to me. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.